Hey everybody, I'm missing you so much, and so we're going to try something new. I'm going to read a story with you every day, a couple of chapters. The book I wanted, I must be up at the school, I couldn't find it, but here we are going to read The Boxcar Children. It was one of my favorites as a child. And so I thought this would be something fun we could do, and you could answer questions and send them to me if you want to, or you can just listen to it if you would like to. Please remember that I am new at these kinds of things, such as doing a video. I feel very strange right now. So you'll have to bear with me as I learn how to do this. We're going to start and do chapter 1 and hopefully chapter 2. We're going to be looking for our story elements. We're going to be looking for our characters, our setting, our problem, plot, solution, see if there's a lesson. That won't be in every chapter, but hopefully we'll learn something through this. And so I'm just going to start off right now. I'm going to do chapter 1 right now and ask some questions. And then I'll start another video and do chapter 2. And so hopefully this will go well. I'll show you pictures as I go. So here's our story. It's called The Boxcar Children, and this is book number 1. I don't even know how many books there are. There are lots. So I'm going to show you pictures as I read. Chapter 1 is called The 4 Hungry Children. Okay. One warm night, 4 children stood in front of a bakery. No one knew them. No one knew where they had come from. So there's our picture again. The baker's wife saw them first as they stood looking in the window of her store. The little boy was looking at the cakes. The big boy was looking at the loaves of bread, and the 2 girls were looking at the cookies. Now, the baker's wife did not like children. She did not like boys at all. So she came to the front of the bakery and listened, looking very cross. "The cake is good, Jessie," the little boy said. He was about 5 years old. "Yes, Benny," said the big girl, "but bread is better for you, isn't it, Henry?" "Oh, yes," said Henry, "we must have some bread, and cake is not good for Benny and Violet." "I like bread best anyway," said Violet. She was about 10 years old, and she had pretty brown hair and brown eyes. "That is just like you, Violet," said Henry, smiling at her. "Let's go into the bakery. Maybe they will let us stay here for the night." I wonder why they need to stay there for the night. The baker's wife looked at them as they came in. "I want 3 loaves of bread, please," said Jessie. She smiled politely at the woman, but the woman did not smile. She looked at Henry as he put his hand in his pocket for the money. She looked cross, but she sold him the bread. Think about what cross means. Jessie was looking around too, and she saw a long red bench under each window of the bakery. The benches had flat red pillows on them. "Will you let us stay here for the night?" Jessie asked. "We could sleep on those benches, and tomorrow we would help you wash the dishes and do things for you." Now the woman liked this. She did not like to wash dishes very well. She would like to have a big boy to help her with her work. "Where are your father and mother?" she asked. "They are dead," said Henry. "We have a grandfather in Greenfield, but we don't like him," said Benny. Jessie put her hand over the little boy's mouth before he could say any more. "Oh, Benny, keep still," she said. "Why don't you like your grandfather?" said the woman. "He is our father's father, and he didn't like our mother," said Henry. "So we don't think he would like us. We are afraid he would be mean to us." "Did you ever see him?" asked the woman. "No," answered Henry. "Then why do you think he'd be mean to you?" asked the woman. "Well, he never came to see us," said Henry. "He doesn't like us at all." "Where did you live before you came here?" asked the woman. But not one of the 4 children would tell her. "We'll get along all right," said Jessie. "We want to stay here for only 1 night." "You may stay here tonight," said the woman at last, "and tomorrow we'll see what we can do." Henry thanked her politely. "We are all pretty tired and hungry," he said. The children sat down on the floor. Henry cut one of the loaves of bread into 4 pieces with his knife, and the children began to eat. "Delicious," said Henry. "Well, I never," said the woman. She went into the next room and shut the door. "I'm glad she's gone," remarked Benny, eating. "She doesn't like us." "Shh," Benny said Jessie. "She is good to let us sleep here." After supper, the children lay down on their red benches, and Violet and Benny soon went to sleep. Here's a picture of one of them going to sleep. But Jessie and Henry could hear the woman talking to the baker. She said, "I'll keep the 3 older children. They can help me. But the little boy must go to the children's home. He is too little. I cannot take care of him." The baker answered, "Very well. Tomorrow I'll take the little boy to the children's home. We'll keep the others for a while, but we must make them tell us who their grandfather is." Jessie and Henry waited until the baker and his wife had gone to bed, and then they sat up in the dark. "Oh, Henry," whispered Jessie, "let's run away from here." "Yes, indeed," said Henry. "We'll never let Benny go to a children's home. Never, never. We must be far away by morning or they will find us. But we must not leave any of our things here." Jessie sat still thinking. "Our clothes and a cake of soap and towels are in the big laundry bag," she said. "Violet has her little work bag, and we have 2 loaves of bread left. Have you your knife and the money?" "Yes," said Henry. "I have almost $4. "You must carry Benny," said Jessie. "He will cry if we wake him up, but I'll wake Violet." "Shh, Violet, come. We're going to run away again. If we don't run away, the baker will take Benny to a children's home in the morning." The little girl woke up at once. She sat up and rolled off the bench. She did not make any noise. "What shall I do?" she whispered softly. "Carry this," said Jessie. She gave her the work bag. Jessie put the 2 loaves of bread into the laundry bag, and then she looked around the room. "All right," she said to Henry, "take Benny now." Henry took Benny in his arms and carried him to the door of the bakery. Jessie took the laundry bag and opened the door very softly. All the children went out quietly. They did not say a word. Jessie shut the door, and then they all listened. Everything was very quiet. So the 4 children went down the street. There we have a picture of the 2 girls. Okay? So we had Jessie and Violet. Jessie's the older one, and Violet's the younger one. We know she's about 10 years old. Okay? So that's our chapter 1. So these are the things I want you to think about, okay? Who are our characters? We have 4 main characters, and we have 2 minor characters. See if you can tell me who those are. Can you tell me what our setting is? Remember what setting is? Setting is where the story is occurring. Can you tell me that? What is the problem that they have? Can you think about what their problem is? And some solutions that they come up to, maybe one problem and then some other problems they have. So I'd love you to tell me anything like that. A couple more questions and we'll be through, okay? Why do they run away? And why don't they think their grandfather likes them? Okay, so that's the end of chapter 1, and then I'll do chapter 2 in a little bit.